Hi, Jean from Gallagher Domanski. Today I'm going to continue with my National Interest Waiver series. The last time we talked about what is substantial merit. So today I'm going to talk about what is national importance. So national importance, when it comes to the National Interest Waiver, can be, it doesn't have to benefit the entire country. It can be a region, it could be valuable to the United States and other countries as well. It just had to have some sort of importance to the United States. And I'm going to show you two websites today that you can use to help you establish national importance on your National Interest Waiver application. So today we're going to go to Congress.gov and Whitehouse.gov. So I'll see you in a bit.
Okay, so here we are at Congress.gov, and we can do any type of search that we want. So I'm going to start fresh here. Okay, so sometimes you get lucky and you can see one of your the top 10 bills that might apply to your career. If you're lucky, you never know. So but I'm going to just type something in here. So maybe you can make an argument that your work benefits the environment. So let me type that one. Okay, now I like to uncheck all because you don't need all the congressional record and such. So I'm just going to click legislation. Okay, and here we go. We have a Climate Emergency Act that has been introduced on March 23rd by Bernie Sanders, and also in the House introduced by this representative on this date. So I like to put who introduced it and their where they're from, because you never know who's reading your petition letter, and you might get lucky and they're aware of that politician if they're happen to be from that state. So when you click on it, if it's a newer bill like this one, it's just in March, there might not be a whole lot, like the summary is just in progress, but the text, there is the text of the bill. So this is great. So you can kind of scroll through. Now, when you did your search, the word environment is going to be highlighted all through. You can see what it's about, and if it has to do with your career, then you can print it. Right here is PDF. So you can save it PDF and print it to attach to your petition. In the section on National Interest Waiver, National Importance, you need to, or you don't need to, but I recommend that you include the name of the, here's the title. It says it within the text, but include the title. And then here's a couple other titles too. You can say both if you want. Who introduced it, when they introduced it, maybe quote from the text, and then attach the PDF of the actual bill. And I recommend doing, if there's a Senate bill and it's also been in the House, then I recommend including both. Okay, so let's try another one. Let's try something non-scientific. Let's try finance. Okay, so the thing about finance, of course, is that the Congress is going to talk about their own finance, about expenditures for the country. But okay, here's one on Infrastructure Finance and Innovation Act. Here's who introduced it. It was just introduced in March, and it doesn't look like there's been anything in the House yet. So if we click on it, we might want to just introduce the Senate portion and mention who introduced it, when they introduced it, what the title is. Oh, see, this one has two titles. Okay, gives the purpose, and you can see whatever actions were taken. I don't usually include the actions taken though. Oh, see, all happened was it was introduced anyway. Okay, so then we have the text, and as we did with environment, the word finance will be highlighted within here, and you can look for quotes that might be applicable to your career. Okay, so that's Congress.gov, very helpful for national importance. Now let's go over to Whitehouse.gov. Okay, so let's start fresh. But as you can see there, I did have it did have on environment, so I'll put that back. Okay, so there's a bunch of statements, news and updates, briefing by the press secretary, okay, and then here I finally found an executive order. So I like to do the executive orders because if the president thinks it's important, then how is USCIS going to say that it's not important? It's not important, but the president thinks it is. So let's look at this one. It's on protecting public health and the environment and restoring science to tackle the climate crisis. So usually something with the environment is pretty arguable that it has substantial merit and national importance. So this might be a good one to print out, put some quotes from. You can state the title of the executive order, and it was just introduced on January 20th on Inauguration Day. So obviously it's very important because to the president because it was introduced right away. Also, you can look here at COVID-19. Anything that you can come up with that has to do with COVID, obviously has national importance. That's going to be a major topic of interest. Okay, so let's find something else. Let's look up another. I already did finance. Let's try pharmacy. Okay, pharmacy. Obviously, if you're in pharmacy, you're going to be administering the vaccine or be involved with that. So, initial launch of the federal retail pharmacy program. That's a good one. Remarks by President Biden. Okay, you can always, obviously, here there are 7 pages of it. So you can look for other things that might apply to you. Okay, press briefings. Okay, here's his remarks at the vaccination facility. So you can find lots of things that have to do with your career that have national importance. And you want to think of the broad terms, like I said, like environment or finance or pharmacy or COVID, so that let's see what else, elder care, long-term care, things that diversity. So things that are broad subjects are the easiest way to do your search.
Well, I hope those were some valuable websites for you to help you establish national interest for your national interest waiver. And don't forget to hit subscribe, and you can check on the national interest waiver playlist for future videos as well.